Hello. So yesterday I posted about unraveling a row on my hat because I had made a mistake while chatting with someone and watching TV. I did that, and now I am up to, I've stopped in the middle of around. So now I'm up to shaping the crown. And when you shape the crown on when you're using circular needles, so up all the way up here you use your circular needles, but when you get to shaping the crown, which is the top bit, you're decreasing stitches. So when you've got your 40 centimeter needle, I'm trying to get out of the bag, as you're decreasing, it's going to be too few stitches on this needle, so you're going to have to transfer over to double pointed, which is what I've done here, and I've stopped in the middle of a round. So what you usually do is you put it over three, I'll take it back, you put it over three needles, and you could work it out mathematically. I didn't do that. I should have done that, really. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Because I've got one needle with quite a few stitches on. I don't know what's come up now. There we go. She's up on my lap. Say hello, Lani. Still can't see the video. So this is what happens when you shape your crown. So on this one I've got so many, and then on this one I've got so little. So you can do it evenly. So that's what you do on the top when you dog trying to lay down in a very, yeah, she's knocking the table. So you shape your crown, and you need to move on to double pointed needles because it can't fit on the circulars. Now I love double pointed needles, but I know there's a lot of people that get a little bit scared of double pointed needles. So if you never used double pointed needles before, doing them on a hat, on the crown of a hat, is a really good idea to get used to them, because generally speaking, when you cast on with double pointed needles, and what I've done now is on my YouTube channel, I've put all the double pointed needle videos into one playlist, so you can see all the advice that I've given on double pointed needles. But when you cast on them, it is, I appreciate it, it is really frustrating or difficult when you first cast on double pointed needles, because there's so many of them and they're all on top of each other, and you're like, ah! They collapse on each other. You need to get a good 5 rows going, and then they're much easier to use. So if you do it on a hat to begin with, if you use double pointed needles on a hat to begin with, you've already got the weight of the knitting on them, so they're not going to collapse in, so they'll be a lot easier to use. And I just like the rhythm of knitting on double pointed needles. So you got 1, finish that one, 2, finish that one, 3, and then you'll have a spare one. So you probably see videos out there where they knit on 5, so they'll have 4 and then a spare one. And I've whoa, I just checked on the floor. I always, because that also happens. Oh, and I'm gonna, oh no, I did a video on how not to do a how-to because it all went wrong, and I pulled out my double pointed needle. Because it can happen as well. So you can get to the end, a lot of people can get to the end of a row and then pull out the wrong needle. So just chucked it further away. I'll do that. So you get to the end of knitting along, and instead of taking that one away, you pull that one away with all the stitches. So that's another thing that makes knitting on double pointed needles seem scary and difficult. Not everyone does that, but so if you have never done that, well done. And if you've only done it once, also well done. I did it while doing it on a how-to video, and I'm going to put them up. So I did some how-to videos on how to cable without a cable needle for the Gael sock, and hopefully put them out tomorrow. But I also did one which went completely wrong. That one might be going out tomorrow, or maybe the next day. Shall I share that with you? The how not to do a how-to video. Okay, so hopefully we'll finish the hat soon as well, and I can show you more of what I've done on the Gael sock. I've been knitting that over the last couple of days, but I left that at home, and a completed hat. Let's see if that happens. Okay, so me and Lana are gonna say goodbye. See you next time.